Yo, 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 what is up, you guys? Welcome to day 3 of the 30-day series. Now, I mentioned this earlier, we might go a little beyond 30 days, but what I'm doing in this series is just walking you through your first 30 days at least of Summoner's War. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just logging in, collecting all my login stuff, making my wishes for the day, which you want to do every single day, collecting mana, checking to see if I've got anything from the event rewards, and from there, we're going to jump into it, and we're going to do some pretty exciting stuff today. So what I want to focus on today is introducing you to the concept of farming and leveling up your monsters, which is one of the challenges. They call it the fast leveling challenge. And ooh, we just got a 4-star monster, one of our first 4 stars. Not too shabby. Anyway, we'll jump into the concept of farming, and I'll walk you through kind of how all that plays out and how to make that happen. So in order to kind of start, I want to introduce you to this concept of farming, which is basically how you level up your monsters. So in order to farm, most people farm Faimon hard, or Faimon path, I should say. And the Faimon path is one of the scenarios that you can play. And in that scenario, you basically can set it up so that one monster can take the entire scenario. And lucky for us, the Water Magic Knight, the monster that's provided by the game, can clear the scenario all by herself. Now, what that means for us is that we can put additional monsters in there to level them up. Now, we haven't talked a ton about how you evolve monsters, but I've showed you me doing it a couple of different times. And what we want to do is we want to evolve the Water Magic Knight to at least 5-star max, if not 6-star today, and just start working our way through. Now, what I'm kind of showing you here on the screen is the Trial of Ascension, which we unlock at level 15, so I just unlocked it. We're not going to do much with the Trial of Ascension yet, but I just wanted to show you that we have unlocked it. So basically, day 3, you're logging in, you're right around level 15, you're getting some stuff from the game tutorial. We're walking you through a couple of different things, and then we're going to dive into farming. Now, in order to really crush it with farming, I recommend that you go through and you clear the Faimon Volcano first. You don't have to clear the entire Faimon Volcano, but in this case, I'm going to clear the entire Faimon Volcano. And this team that I've got right here with the Water Magic Knight, with Shannon, with the Hellhound, and with Bella, I'll be able to clear it with no problem. So I'm going to pause this video here, and I will come back when we have cleared the Faimon scenario, so you don't have to watch me do it. So I cleared Faimon, and I just wanted to let you know that I upgraded my runes on the Water Magic Knight a little bit. And what I'm doing right now is I was able to take the Water Magic Knight up a level to 5-star. And so what I'm doing right now is just seeing if she can farm the scenario by herself, which she should be able to do at 5-star level 20, 21 with some nice runes. And that unlocks a couple of challenges, specifically giving us some runes and some mystical scrolls that we can use. So I'm going to level up some additional monsters, and I'm just following the challenge path. And by leveling up these monsters, I'm going to be able to lock some really good runes for the Water Magic Knight. So it's kind of a bummer because I think that you need to upgrade her runes to begin with to get through the Faimon Volcano. But then the game is going to give you these 4-star runes that you're going to equip to her right away, because that's going to be able to clear the scenario really, really effectively as you get further in the game, as you move from the normal version of the Faimon Volcano to the hard mode to the hell mode. So I just got those runes by leveling up those monsters, and I'm going to go equip them. And I'm using what's called the oh, I forget what it's called now. I'm gonna blank, but basically it's the rune management. And I'm not really going to walk through that too much because it's relatively self-explanatory, but If you find that it's not, let me know in the comments, and I will create a video about how to use the rune management system. But basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just taking every rune that I've been given from the challenge. It's going to be vampire and revenge runes, and I'm just leveling them up to at least level 9. Specifically, at least the speed, the slots 2, 4, and 6, because like we talked about before, those are the percentage or the speed ones, and those do really, really well for you when you've got those. So one thing that I want to note is what the vampire and revenge runes do. So vampire runes basically make it so that a percentage of the damage that you're dealing out is healed to you right away. And then the revenge runes make it so that a percentage of the time that you get attacked, you counterattack without taking a turn. So these are really useful runes because they're going to allow us to, as we level them up, clear the scenario on hard mode at least, if not hell mode, once we get our Magic Knight to 6-star, which is going to be one of the things that we're doing. So at this point, just to kind of recap, all that I'm doing is whatever the challenge says to do for the fast leveling strategy. So I'm really just following along, and then I'm leveling up all these runes. So I'm going to speed up the rest of these runes just so that you can kind of, you get the gist, but I wanted to explain how these runes work. But let's speed up the rest of these rune power-ups. So I'm just going to let these runes power up real quick. And one thing that I want to note is that for the last rune, even though it's going to be more expensive, I am going to level it up to the max level, to 15, because as you can see, it's an attack percentage rune, and it's really beneficial to have high attack on the Water Magic Knight, because the more damage you deal, the more you heal. And at this phase of the game, you're not going to be wiping out the waves in one hit, so you do want to be able to heal. Now, both the Vampire runes and her third skill heal, so it's like there's huge benefit because you take a percentage of all the damage you deal, and it heals you when you've got the Vampire rune set and with that third skill. So I'm just going to take this to level 15, and as you can see, it does get kind of pricey, so luckily we've got the events and the mana from what I've been doing with the events. Your events may be different, but generally speaking, there's going to be an event going on when you join. There's almost always an event going on in the game, and so you want to take advantage of those to get the mana. So we leveled those up, and now what we're going to do is check the event, because I've got some additional stuff here. And oh, we only got to level 14, sorry, but I got some power-ups from the power-up stones from the event, and the power-up stones basically make it so you can power up faster. So got to level 15 with that rune. Let's jump back into the Faimon Volcano. Actually, we're going to check to see what we cleared in the challenge. Cool, it's going to give us some energy. And it's going to tell us to use the XP booster. So we are going to grab that XP booster in just a second here. Let's read this. Yeah, we're not going to hit that 5-star full set yet until we start grinding the dungeons. So we don't really need to worry about the 5-star full set yet. 3-star max level 3 monsters. That we're going to go for. So let's use the experience booster. We have several of them from the challenges, from the events, from things like that. I'm just going to use a 12-hour one for now. And we're going to start that battle. Now, normally at this point, I would speed it up a little bit, but I just want to show you the benefit of having these vampire runes. You can see every time you deal energy, that little life drain in the bottom right-hand corner, that's essentially how much you're healing yourself every time you attack. So the retrieve magic, you're going to see, has quite a beneficial life drain, like 5, 6, 7k with the runes that we used. So when you're hitting all the targets and you're retrieving magic, you basically heal yourself almost all the way. So huge benefit to using those runes. They give them to you for the challenge. Yes, it's frustrating because we just leveled up our Magic Knight's runes to basically beat Faimon, but we want to continue. So we've got that there. I just wanted to show you that victory, and what we're going to do next is sell all the runes that we get. That's going to get us some mana, and we're just going to replay it for a while. Now, one thing that I am going to do is, just as an FYI, and I'm leaving this in here because I think it's important to show you, to get my Water Magic Knight a little more efficient, I'm going to run her through the scenario on her own. Now, what that's going to do is give her all of the experience. So the way experience works is you get a set amount of experience for the level, right? So let's say you get 12K experience for beating this. If you've got 4 monsters, each monster gets 3,000 experience of the 12K. So if I run her by herself, she's going to get all 12K experience. Now, she actually gets a little more for clearing this, and you'll see this here in a second, that she gets 12,870, but I just use 12,000 because it's a round number. So I'm going to run it a couple times with her, and we're going to get her leveled up. We're going to get her to a max 5-star. And just as a heads up, when you do get her to max 5-star, you do get a couple of rainbow mons that you can use that's going to help us get her to 6-star, either today or tomorrow. So let's phase into the next part where we talk about getting these 3-star max monsters. Okay, so I forgot to, I've got my light and dark scroll from clearing the Faimon scenario, and I didn't really get anything good or worthwhile to talk about, but anyway, we are going to, let me see what our next step is. We're going to 3-star max monsters. So that's a really important part of the game, is taking low 2 and 3-star monsters and kind of leveling them up. So let's see if we can beat this on hard mode. I don't know, because I know I just said I was going to take the Magic Knight to 35, but I kind of did some number crunching and realized she can beat the scenario right now. So what I'm actually going to do is just let her run through this scenario and see if we can beat it on hard. And if we can, that's going to give us, sweet, that's going to give us more experience. So we're going to run through a few times. And I picked up some Hellhound skill ups from the scenario. You get Hellhounds in the Faimon scenario. So I'm just kind of checking in. As a side note, while I'm doing this, I'm doing whatever Aaliyah tells me to do. So we got new people in the arena. We've got new buildings to build. I won't go too deep on what the buildings do because it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, it tells you when you build them in the tutorial. So we're just going to keep farming this until we get these monsters that are 2-star up to max 2-star. And I do want to show you me taking them to max 2-star, because early on in the game, you may not have a ton of 2-star monsters, which you're going to need to kind of get your Water Magic Knight up to 6-star. So I'm going to take these guys to 20, and then I'm going to show you one of the things that I do, because we're early on in the game, if you're low on monsters and you need them to level up. So we just got them to max 2-star. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the power up, and what you're going to notice is we're going to level them up with other 2-star monsters that we don't need, but we're not going to have enough 2-star monsters. So that's a bummer. I'm going to use some of my friend points to summon, but I still don't have enough 2-star monsters. So what I'm going to do is go to the shop, and I'm going to refresh it. I'm going to unlock a couple of spots, and then I'm going to refresh the shop, and I'm going to buy unknown scrolls and 2-star silver monsters. The gold ones are kind of expensive, so you can buy them. I've got a ton of mana from the event. This isn't the most efficient way to get 2-star monsters, but it is going to help me level up a lot faster. So I'm going to spend a decent amount of mana doing this, but I'm going to reserve some for the rest of the game. So, and I'm going to expand my monster slot. It's going to ask me to, and then I'm just going to summon. And now I've got enough to kind of level people up. I've got a couple skill ups, so I'm going to skill up a couple monsters from what I bought in the shop. I want to be mindful that I'm using those skill ups effectively. But then I'm going to take those 2-star monsters that I maxed up, and I'm going to level them up to 3. So what you're going to notice when I do this in a second, I'm just getting rid of all my 1-star monsters, but I'm going to take those and I'm going to level them up to level 3. Now, basically, just to kind of walk you through what happens, I'm leveling them up, and now I can go into the scenario and level them up to max 3-star. And once they're max 3-star, I can feed them 3 3-star monsters to bring them to 4-star. Then I can max that again, feed them for 4-star monsters, and then I've got a 5-star monster that I can feed to the Water Magic Knight when I'm ready. So I fast forwarded. I didn't want to make you sit here while I leveled all those guys up. It is a process, but it unlocked a couple of things for me. So we continued in the challenge. We got a couple of mystical scrolls. We got an awakened 4-star, but it's actually a 3-star monster that's just powering or showing up as a 4-star monster. So not too excited about that guy, but that's all right. We'll take them. Anytime we can get a 4-star monster, it's probably worth it. I am going to install the Fuse Center because Aaliyah's nagging me about it. So you use that to turn low essence into mid essence and mid essence into high essence, which can be more useful later in the game as you're awakening additional monsters. And yeah, just to show you, you can kind of level up your essence. We're not going to use that right now, but let's get some more. Do we need more 2-star monsters? Yeah, we probably do. Let's grab some more 2-star monsters, a couple of unknown scrolls, just while the shop's got them. Gonna summon some monsters. No 2-stars. Well, ugh. Okay. So 1 2-star monster. Cool. Let's level up the Water Magic Knight. So we're just going to feed him a bunch of 1-star monsters. You'll notice that she's at level 32. I'm going to continue using her just to level up my other monsters and let her get the experience as she goes. But before the end of the day, we're going to take her to 5-star max, and that's really going to make a huge difference for us and the progress that we can make in this game. And skill ups for the Hellhound. I know I'm moving a little fast, but basically what I'm doing today is running Faimon path until I get the Water Magic Knight to 5-star, and I get the and I start collecting monsters that I can level up, like these 3-star max monsters that I can level up. So I'm going to take this guy to 4-star real quick, and I'm going to use some 3-star monsters that don't have that little circle in the bottom left corner. Well, do I want to do that? No, I don't. I don't want to do that. So, such a catch-22. You don't really want to feed 3-star natural monsters this early in the game because you may need them later, and you do want to stack them while you're limited. So let's not feed any 3-star monsters right now. Let's just continue to grind up some 2-star monsters. So just to kind of walk you through what's going to happen, as I level up these 2-star monsters to max, then I can feed them other 2-star monsters. I'll have 3-star monsters. I can feed them to the max 3-star, and then I have a 4-star monster. So it's just a constant progression that's moving you closer to 6-starring the Water Magic Knight, which I've been playing for quite a while today. So I'm probably not going to take her to 6-star today. That'll probably be our goal tomorrow.
Sounds so dramatic.
But yeah, I'm just kind of grinding away, trying to level her up. So yeah, it's a grind. It's a grind. And I will say, like, a lot of this game is grinding and farming. They call it grinding when you're in the scenario leveling people up. They call it farming when you're trying to get runes. So we're just going to level up, and yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Now, one thing I will say is that the Water Magic Knight, you want to go at, just as an FYI, if I haven't already made this clear, you do not ever want to feed her at all costs. She is a really powerful monster. She's really going to move you forward in the game, and you can use her in mid-game and sometimes even late game for farming. So she's going to be really, really useful. So do not feed her at any point in time. Do not use her as food. I've seen people who early game are like, I've got a 5-star monster, so I'm going to feed her to get a 6-star that's more powerful. Don't do that. Even if you've pulled a Nat 5 up to this point, it's just not worth it. So let's cut the video here because I'm sure you don't want to see me grind. Or rather, let's pause here and we'll come back in a minute and kind of show you what we've achieved for the day. So I leveled up that one of the 3-star max monsters to a 4-star, that little blue one in the corner there. And yeah, like I said earlier, just because I've got a limited amount of time, I don't think we're going to get the Magic Knight to 6-star, but we will in the next video. I probably won't show me grinding away and buying monsters. So, you know, just as an FYI, we're going to level her up to 6-star. And that's going to be really useful in the game for advancing to Faimon Hard and Faimon Hell, because in Faimon Hard you get more experience, and in Faimon Hell you get even more experience. So right now we're on the normal level, but we really want to get up there. So I am going to need 2 more 5-stars, so I'm going to max out that 4-star monster that I just got, and we're just going to keep leveling up and continue this process. Cool. So the last thing I want to show you is that I am installing the Fusion Hexagram. You use this to create some really powerful monsters that are going to help you early to mid game. Specifically, Viramos and Sigmaris are going to be really, really useful monsters. So I'm going to build the Fusion Hexagram now and just take you inside to kind of show you what it looks like. But again, we're not going to be fusing any monsters for some time. So the Fusion Hexagram, you go in, you can see there are all these monsters that you can create, but they require other monsters to build. So you can look at the Fusion info and it'll show you what monsters you need. So you can see Viramos is one of the first we're gonna fuse, but we do not have like any of the materials for that. So we need to get further in the game to do that. But it's worth installing because you get a bunch of monsters and you get some rewards from the challenge. Cool. So I think we're going to start to wrap up here. I'm just looking at some of the rewards that I get for this. There's some cool ones, but I'm just going to wrap up here. We're going to finish with a quick recap. I'm going to keep grinding, but we're going to finish with a recap that shows you what we did today. So let's do it. So final recap, we leveled up the we leveled up the Magic Knight to 5-star max. We started creating food to 6-star her, which we will finish tomorrow. We built some buildings for the tutorial, and we completed the Faimon scenario. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Drop me a comment below. Let me know if you're following along with this. Like I said, I am going to create a new video almost every day as long as it's possible. I'm recording these right over the Christmas holiday, so there might be a little break there for Christmas Eve, but pretty much daily I'll be recording and adding a new video to this series. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. If you've got questions, comments, anything that you want to see more in these videos, make sure to drop it in the comments below so that I can read it, respond to it, and we can continue to grow this channel together. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. And until then, keep gaming bananas.